Hello everyone, this is HTJ Halloween, and today I am back, and I'm going to be talking to you guys about the entire Spirit Halloween 2018 lineup. So it is August 1st, which officially marks the end of the sneak peek season, which is kind of bittersweet because we are done with making any more sneak peek videos. However, now we get to see the entire collection of props, costumes, and animatronics that Spirit Halloween has, and they're putting it up on their website today. I made a video just like this last year talking about the entire lineup, and it's actually kind of funny because both years we have ended on the Nightmare Before Christmas props. We had Jack Skellington as our last sneak peek last year and Sally this year. So Jack Skellington's girl has finished off the sneak peeks for us, and now I'm going to be talking to you guys about some of the animatronics that they released on the website without an official sneak peek. 3 of these we are going to be seeing in stores. Some of the other ones are online only, but still really exciting to discuss. And then I'm also not just going to be talking about animatronics today in this video. I have some merchandise that I also wanted to talk to you guys about. So this dog named Bubba that you guys have been staring at for quite some time now is the 2.8-foot man's possessed friend, going for $160. So before I get into telling you guys my thoughts about him, I'll go ahead and show you the video on Spirit Halloween's website so you can get an idea of what this guy does. Now, the first thing I will say about this prop is that it has a very unique and creative design. Obviously, it has the typical popping animation. However, they put a pretty creative twist on it that definitely makes for a unique look. Because we've had some cheesy popping props in the past. We've had cats, dogs, even bugs. And I would even go so far as to say that the jumping spider is fairly cheesy with the black fabric covering up the mechanisms. But we've never before seen a dog that's actually popping out of a dog house. Obviously, it does a very good job at covering up the mechanisms without looking too cheesy, and he's popping through black fabric, so you can't really see him, and it definitely makes for a greater jump scare than the other popping ones we've had. And I do really like the detail all around in this prop. The dog's face, mouth, and teeth, everything looks great about the dog. Very creepy look to him. The yellow, menacing yellow eyes make him look like a possessed dog, of course, and also even the detail in the doghouse itself with the wooden panels that it's kind of supposed to have. The coloration on them definitely looks very realistic, and the shingles on the roof, everything about the design and detail I love. Now, even with all of these positives, this guy definitely has some notable downsides. The first being that it doesn't seem that the head really pops out all that far. In the video and in the main photo that has the backdrop and everything on the website, you can see that the head does not even make it all the way through the fabric, which definitely takes away from it because you can't fully see the face. It takes away from the jump scare and makes it look a bit more cheesy. But I can't really tell what's actually going on here, if that's just the prototype one or something, because if you look at all the pictures with the white background, the head is fully out of the house. So I guess we will just have to see for ourselves in stores how far this head actually pops out, but I have a feeling that it looks just like the one in the video where the head doesn't make it very far out of the fabric, and that these other photos were kind of dressed up where they probably made the head pop out, unplugged it, and then moved the fabric so that you could see the face well. Now, if that was the only downside, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. However, there are some other major issues with man's possessed friend. He is only 2.8 feet tall, a little less than 3 feet. I believe Menacing Molly is 3 feet. So you can imagine this is a pretty small doghouse and an even smaller dog. Now, that would be okay if the price matched that and was like $120, I would think would be about fair, but he is $160. So for me, that is pretty brutally overpriced for such a small product. I think it would have been awesome if we had like a $160 or even $200 prop that was an actual like life-size, really large doghouse with a huge head popping out. I would have loved that and probably would have gotten it. But because it's so small and the price is so grand, it really is not that worth it. And even if the price was fair, I feel like it being so small makes it not that noticeable and less scary. So those are my thoughts on the 2.8-foot man's possessed friend. Probably won't be getting him, but still excited to see it in stores. So the next thing I will be talking about is the 5-foot forgotten farmer. Now, I really do like this guy. It's obviously a farmer's head that has been severed and is on a pitchfork, which is stuck in the ground. Such a unique, original idea, and it's gonna fit so well into Spirit Halloween's farm theme this year. And this guy, in my opinion, is probably one of the most worth it animatronics that they have released because it is only $70. Can you believe it, guys? An animatronic under $100 at Spirit Halloween this year. And it has a good deal of animation. It has a moving mouth, eyes that move from side to side and light up, and obviously it has quite a few cool phrases. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys this video of him so you can go ahead and see for yourself what he does.
Go ahead, take a good look. I'm not going anywhere. Oh man, what a headache. Too much moonshine last night, again.
So that is the Forgotten Farmer. You're actually able to hear 3 different audio clips in that video, which is nice. But before I get to the interesting thing about his soundtrack, I did want to tell you guys, because I forgot to say this before, that for some reason you can't really find him on Spirit's website when you're just scrolling through the animatronics pages. That may have changed by the time I'm uploading this video, because they are working a lot on their website today. But the way that you can find him is by looking up Forgotten Farmer. That's how I found him. He just comes up right away when you search him. So the cool thing about this guy's audio is that he has 2 different functions, and you can switch between them with a switch on the back of his head. It actually says in the description that whether your guests are laughing or screaming is completely up to you. Because as you can see in this picture here, he has a scary mode or a funny mode. So this really is quite a unique feature because I don't think we've ever had customizable audio before. And in his scary mode, he has the zombie groans, which were played at the end of the video. My personal opinion on the zombie groans is that they're a little bit cheesy. It has a lot of layered mixture of a lot of strange noises, which sounds a little bit weird, but I really do like the funny mode, which has 5 very creative phrases, which I'll go ahead and read to you right now. So these first 2 we heard in the video, and I do like them both. The first one is, oh man, what a headache, too much moonshine again. And then we also have, go ahead, take a look, I'm not going anywhere, heh. I do like both of those phrases. They're definitely creative and funny. And these next ones we didn't hear, but he goes, huh, I need this like a hole in the head. I crack myself up. And then he also says, who did this to me? I don't know, I am really stumped. Now, both of those ones I find to be a little bit cheesy, not as funny as the other ones, but they're definitely all right. Still creative and cool. The last one, though, is definitely my favorite. This one really cracked me up when I first read it. At least nobody stabbed me in the back. I really do like that phrase. And all 5 of these phrases, I would say, were definitely very well put together. Now, the only other 2 notable things about the description of this guy is that it doesn't say that he's multi-prop remote control compatible, which if he really isn't is kind of unfortunate because I'm going to have him hopefully in my front display this year, and I would really like for him to be compatible with the remote control, but he may not be. And another thing that is a bit worrisome is that it doesn't say anywhere in the description that his mouth moves. It does talk about the eyes moving from side to side, though, so that has me concerned that maybe his mouth doesn't move and that was just the prototype in the video. I doubt that they would do something like that, though, where the product video does, shows a feature that it really doesn't have. I hope they wouldn't do something like that because I think the mouth movement definitely adds quite a lot to it. However, the mouth movement in the video isn't all that impressive. It doesn't look like it's really moving that far. It's just kind of barely shaking up and down. It still is a good feature to have. So he is 5 feet tall, which isn't anything super, large, but it definitely fits this guy well because it's a pitchfork, so it's a reasonable size for a pitchfork. The detail in the face is also pretty incredible. So I am pretty likely to be getting this guy. I really love all of the features that he has and all of the animation that is brought into him for such a low price of $70. So I do hope to have him in my front display. I can't wait to see him in stores this year as well. So this next thing is this 16-inch tall ghostly tricycle, which is a little bit over a foot. For some reason, Spirit Halloween has this infatuation now with taking things that had props on them and then making them empty and being able to call them ghostly. We had the ghost swing last year, which was just kind of pointless, and now we have the pointless ghostly tricycle. Now, the funny thing about this is that it is $90, literally $20 more than the Forgotten Farmer with all that awesome animation that I just showed you for a 1 foot tall empty tricycle. I don't know why anyone would waste their money on this. It has, it goes back and forth. It looks like the exact same tricycle from Tricycle Doll, obviously without the doll on it, and it has some similar audio with the creaking noises and all that. So the ghostly tricycle, we'll see it in stores, but it's a pretty stupid creation. So those are the 3 props that they did release on their website that are going to be in stores. However, these guys are not, but I do really, really like them. They're the 2.5 foot Seesaw clowns. Now, we did already see this prop at the expo, and I believe that some people already have purchased them because I don't think that they are exclusive to Spirit Halloween, but they're a really, really awesome animatronic. A very unique idea to have 2 doll-looking creepy clowns going up and down on a seesaw. I really, really love just how they look in general. There's also a merry-go-round version that I don't know that if Spirit Halloween's going to be carrying it or not, but it also has these doll clowns, and I really like the look of these clowns. They're like these little dolls with the outfits and everything, and they also have the painted-on faces. Some of them are like crying black tears. Some of them have the red nose. They have all these different looks to them, and they're really, really awesome. I am really likely to be getting the Seesaw clowns this year because as soon as I saw them at the expo, I knew that they were going to fit absolutely perfectly in my clown hallway because not only are they a really awesome looking product, but they would fit very well flush up against a wall and not take up too much space because they're not very wide. Now, unfortunately, they're pretty expensive. They're actually $190, which is definitely overpriced. However, I do still recommend them if you're doing anything with clowns this year because they're a super awesome clown animatronic. They also have this really, really creepy demented carnival audio. I really like everything about them. There's nothing that I can say bad about them except for the fact that the price is a bit grand. So the next thing is the 7 foot tall, 7.5 foot wide, and 40-pound monster that is the Winter Dragon animatronic. Now this product is definitely for someone who wants to go absolutely all out for Halloween. It has an incredible amount of animation, wings that flap back and forth slowly, a head and neck that turn from side to side slowly as well, light up blue eyes and mouth, as well as a fog machine attachment that makes it look like it's breathing ice. Now this guy was also on display at the expo, so we have already seen him, but it definitely was a big surprise that Spirit Halloween is carrying him this year. Now, of course, it is an online only, so it's just kind of sad because I would have loved to have seen it in stores in person without having to buy it, but it's still pretty cool that Spirit Halloween is selling it at all. This guy has an impressive amount of realistic detail. I love the look of the scales throughout the entire body. The head was also very well done. The spikes coming off of it, the teeth, the eyes, it all looks super realistic. And I love the look of the talons on the feet. And even the wings, which sometimes can look really cheesy, do not on this guy. They look very realistic and creepy. Now, he does have a pretty crazy price of $500, and I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think that it might be the most expensive item that Spirit Halloween has on their website. But it's definitely one that you would expect to be super expensive. I don't know if I'd be willing to drop $1,000 on it, but it probably is a fair price because of how large this thing is. So that is it for all of the animatronics that they released on their website, but I also wanted to talk to you guys about the multi-prop remote control, which has finally been revealed on their website. I know I talked about the fact that they're going to have a remote control this year because a lot of the props that were sneak peeked had in their descriptions they were multi-prop remote control compatible, but now we finally get to see what this thing looks like. So this accessory is a must-have for me or anyone else who has a large display, for the very reason that it says in the description, avoid the hassle of walking around to turn on all of your animatronics and activate them all at once with this handy-dandy multi-prop remote. I'm so happy that Spirit Halloween has a remote control. I've always thought it would be great if they had remote control activation. I thought it would be a super easy thing to do, and I never understood why they didn't have that. The sensors don't always work. The best type of sensor is the IR, but it's still not completely reliable, and you don't want people to have things not activate and not get to see anything in your display or your haunted house. So what I usually always did was I use the step pads, the foot pad activation. I would attach that to all of the animatronics, and then I would go around and activate them, as well as my family members who were helping out would have different ones that they were in charge of activating to make sure everyone saw them. So you really do have a lot of running around to do that is completely unnecessary and will be completely avoided with this awesome remote control. So as you can see, the remote control can connect to 4 different props at a time. It has 4 buttons labeled A, B, C, and D that each correspond to 4 different receivers, also labeled A, B, C, and D, so you can keep everything organized, and those can plug into your props. So what I'm assuming is that any of the props that say in the description that they're multi-prop remote control compatible have another plug-in spot on them where you can attach the multi-prop remote control jack. So the remote control in all of the receivers costs $50. But honestly, I don't even care what the price is. I'm definitely going to be getting a few of these things because it's going to make it so much easier to activate props in the haunted house and in the outdoor display. So the last thing I'm going to address in this video is the new Fortnite merchandise that Spirit Halloween is going to be carrying for 2018. Now, when I heard that Spirit Halloween was doing Fortnite merchandise, I was super happy for them because I'm sure they fought very hard for this licensing deal. They're the only company in the world to have Fortnite merchandise, and that is going to be so great for them. I think that all of these products are going to sell like crazy, and they have quite a wide selection of Fortnite merchandise that all looks pretty good. They have a few different plastic replicas of stuff from the game. They have the basic pickaxe, the Rainbow Smash pickaxe, the Party Animal pickaxe, which is the one you're seeing here with the slurp juice on it. And they also have a light up boogie bomb with sound. You saw that a little earlier. That thing is super awesome. They do have a video of that on their website. It lights up with all the different blue lights that go around on it to make it look like the disco ball does in the real game. And it also obviously has the noise that the boogie bomb makes. So I think all of those products are going to sell really well, along with all of the costumes that they have from the game. Yes, they actually have Fortnite skin costumes at Spirit Halloween this year. And as much as I hate to say it, I think this might become one of the biggest trends for costumes for Halloween 2018. They have the Skull Trooper, the Bright Bomber, the Crackshot, and the Dark Voyager, just to name a few. And they have loads of different merchandise on each one of the costumes. Some will have wigs, t-shirts, adult costumes, kid costumes. So I think that all of this is going to do really well for the store, and I think that it's all going to be insanely popular products. So that is it for this video. I hope you all have enjoyed. I never thought I would be closing out a Spirit Halloween video looking at the pickaxe from Fortnite, but that has become a reality for us, guys. I hope you've enjoyed seeing my opinions on all of this new merchandise and animatronics that Spirit Halloween has released on their website, and make sure that you stay tuned because my top 10 video on the 2018 animatronic lineup is coming out soon, and hopefully my concept art videos will be on the way soon as well. And along with those, I have another build video in the works, so a lot to look forward to on the channel, guys. And in the description of this video, there will be a link to my Instagram as well as my Spirit Halloween affiliate link where you can shop like you normally would at no extra cost to you while also helping out the channel. And I will be providing you guys a discount promo code in there as well. I know this has been a pretty long one, but thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.